I'm still listening to the to Jim Gray interview McGregor afterward. What's up, Dave? What's up, Juan? Connor's basically telling Jim Gray that he wishes the ref would have let it go. He did look very tired though, and he wasn't. He was to the point where he wasn't probably defending himself. Okay, that's it. All right, interview over. So, how was the fight? Dave asks. Well, Dave, I thought it was probably about the fourth exciting Mayweather fight I've ever seen, and I've seen probably 25 or 30 Mayweather fights. So that was exciting fight for him about number four. I didn't think the Maypac fight was exciting. The first the first Maidana fight was exciting, but I had it scored. I was live scoring. I gave and granted, I'm just a fan. I'm not a boxing ref, but I thought Connor had the first four rounds. Round four was questionable, but I gave him the first four rounds just based on activity. He was throwing more, he was landing more, but you could see early on, you could see Floyd digging to the body. Floyd, I think in the first five rounds, I gave Floyd rounds five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine was a very big round. He didn't put Connor down, but uh, by MMA standards, that probably would have been a 10-8 round. Um, so Floyd was up in my scorecard 5-4 going into the 10th, and he stopped him. Floyd stopped him. Connor was just increasingly tired. Like Floyd said, their strategy was to come out, let Connor unload early, let him expend all of his energy, and try to land body shots and take uh, Connor's stamina away from him, and then uh, just let it stack up after that. After Connor got tired, they'd come charging back, and that's exactly what he did. And Floyd, after they showed good sportsmanship afterward, and I don't know about Floyd, but Connor always shows good sportsmanship after his fights, no matter how much talking he does. The one thing he did tell Jim Gray, though, afterward, like I said a minute ago, was he wishes the ref would have let it go because he never did. He never did get knocked down. Neither guy got knocked down. Probably the closest they came was he hit Floyd with a body shot somewhere in there in the eighth or ninth round, and Floyd there was kind of a second or two delay, and then he was doubled over, and he was trying to argue to the ref that it was a low blow, but he kind of talked the ref into warning McGregor. But I didn't think it was a low blow. I think it was right on the belt line. It was a good shot. So anyway, it was that was the 10th round. It was TKO. Cisco got it right. What did you guys think? How did you? Were you guys scoring it at all? I like scoring those boxing fights, just because there's more rounds and it's more thinking to do. But again, McGregor won the first four rounds, and then Floyd won everything after that. And it was a good fight. McGregor, he looked like he belonged in there. It wasn't lopsided at all. He just kind of ran out of steam as the fight wore on. You got to remember, MMA fights are 5 minute rounds, and championship fights are 5 rounds. So he's used to training for 25 minutes tops. Yeah, David, the fight's over, and Mayweather won. He TKO'd McGregor in the 10th round. The ref stopped it. Neither guy got knocked down, but McGregor just was getting really, really tired, and Floyd was landing basically at will. Remember what I said though earlier on. That's what I thought he was going to do. That's what I thought Floyd was going to do, was try to work to the body, and over time the head would open up. Um, because that's one thing Floyd is legendary for, is his cardio, his stamina. I told this story of a guy who went in there to train. I think it was Phil Baroni went in there to Top Rank when Floyd was still with Top Rank. This was 11 or 12 years ago in Las Vegas, and Phil Baroni went in there to spar for 25 minutes. I think it was 25 minutes. Maybe no, it was 12 rounds of sparring, so it was 36 minutes. And he said Floyd was over jumping rope the entire time. So 36 minutes plus 11 minutes and breaks, 47 minutes. And Floyd was skipping rope when they started, and Floyd was skipping rope when they left. So he's definitely got stamina. Brian, you said it makes the UFC seem like a joke. In what parallel universe? I didn't think it made the UFC. Look, the bottom line is this: if it was an actual fight, it would have been over in about a minute. McGregor would have tackled him, got him down on the ground, and choked him out. That's how a real fight would go. So all these boxing purists talk about they're delusional. Yeah, that was one of the things that surprised me. They kept warning him about hitting to the back of the head or no hammer fists, and he did hit him a couple times, tap him a little bit on the back of the head, but most of that time he was hitting him on like the the top of the head or the side right here, and I didn't know that that was illegal. I don't think it was. I think the ref, the one thing when he was giving him the instructions before the fight started, he was talking to McGregor the entire time, and he took an unusually long time to give instructions, and like basically gave an entire oratory. Uh, it just was like a lecture. It was kind of bizarre. Oh, okay, Brian. I see what you mean. People take rounds off though in boxing. I don't think. I think if you put Connor in there with even a star fighter, Floyd's famous for that. Floyd does that to everybody. He tires everybody out. So the fact that he did that to McGregor, that's not like surprising at all. And MMA training is a different kind of training because the the muscular nature of the grappling aspect of it, it's just a very different kind of training. You don't have to train as much physicality in boxing as you do in MMA. So that was one of the things that worried me was in a 36-minute fight. I thought Chael says on his podcast all the time that 25 minutes is even too long for a fight. He thinks they should all be, even the championship fights should be 3 rounds. But he Chael claims that there's kind of an unspoken rule in boxing a lot of the time that, especially with the heavyweights, they take about half of the fight off. They just kind of lean on each other. So really, they're never fighting 36 minutes. It's more like about 18 minutes. And I have to say, I kind of believe him. Junkie, you really think it was a fix? People, I was looking at Twitter, my feed after that, and people were already saying, "Oh, that was an early stoppage, early stoppage." It did seem a little bit early, but I think the ref took into account that that's McGregor's first pro boxing match, so he was trying to protect him a little bit, and it did look like it was just a matter of time. Death Battle. I have not seen that. The last battle boxing match. Huh. Oh, see, Cisco, I didn't watch much of the undercard. I was out running errands, and I got back in time for the main event. I did see about one round of the Tabiti fight, which was interesting. He didn't look like near as much of a killer as he looked like 2 years ago, but I guess he's still undefeated. I hadn't heard of him in a while. Yeah, Keith, I agree with that. The ref saved him some damage, but Connor basically said afterward, "Hey, let me go out on my shield. You know, if he drops me, he drops me." Yeah, Mayweather just never. Rob Mayweather never seemed to me like he ran out of gas. It did seem like he was surprised in the early rounds that uh, he even said it afterward. They were talking about the angles that McGregor was using. He really was unorthodox, and it did catch Floyd off guard. But with that many rounds, like we both agreed on earlier on in the earlier stream, um, there was no way McGregor was going to be able to win a decision. Yeah, Steve agreed. He fought well. He was out of gas. I thought Connor, like we said earlier on, this just there were no losers in this, unless there was going to be like a disqualification or something like that. I didn't feel like there were going to be any losers in this fight, and I think McGregor earned the boxing crowd's respect. He earned Mayweather's respect. Mayweather had very good things to say about him afterward, and the guy who was supposed to win did win, and it was an exciting fight. And how many exciting Mayweather fights have you ever seen? Not very many. And like I said, I've watched 25 or 30 of Mayweather's fights, and I've only seen about four of them, including this one, that were exciting. So, Mike, it ended in the 10th round. Yeah, I know. Mike said he got 6,000 views from naming your stream that. Right, but those aren't the views that, well, maybe those are the views that you want. It's not the views I want. I think a lot of people were probably mad. They felt like that was clickbait, but they didn't read the title closely enough. I know that's not what you're trying to do. What's up, Juan? Thanks for listening, man. Oh, Hard Knock says hello, Juan. He says, sup, Juan. Not that you can hear me, though. That would have been funny, Keith, if McGregor had shut him up. One thing I failed to mention earlier, supposedly there was a specific rider in the contract that dealt with McGregor forfeiting money if he had resorted to MMA tactics or something like that. So he had every incentive to keep it a boxing match. That's funny, Rob. Never looked at it that way. Yeah, and that's the thing. He took a very narrow discipline that is part of MMA, and he went and took on one of the greatest of all time doing that, and he acquitted himself very well. It would be interesting to see the judges' scorecards on it, but I do feel like he won the first four rounds, and I would be surprised if the judges, the majority of the judges didn't all give him at least the first 3 rounds. Yeah, average view duration 28 seconds exactly. My average view duration is usually like about 22 minutes, even on the videos that are only 3 minutes long. So go figure. Psych. Yeah, McGregor will never go into the octagon, though, Jesse. That's the thing. Floyd's a smart fighter. The reason he's got to 50-0 is by being smart and being a really, really good boxer, a great boxer. I think the 30-year-old Mayweather would have KO'd him. Yeah, I do. I think the 30-year-old Mayweather would have put him away a lot quicker than the 40-year-old Mayweather. Conventional wisdom is you don't usually get better as you get older. Well, I mean, after a certain point, you don't get better. Your skills deteriorate, your body deteriorates. Jesse, how's okay? You you're gonna have to tell me that how you disagree with Floyd being great. I understand he's not a great human being, but as a boxer, 50-0, and he did beat all these guys. He did. I know he should have fought Pacquiao 5 years before he did, and maybe Pacquiao would have won. But Floyd's a great fighter. Pound for pound, he's an all-time great. There's just no two ways about it. Mayweather is a woman beater. That is true. This is, like I said before, with Harley Adam. This isn't a human being contest. As a human being, McGregor's a way better human being, but it's a boxing match. Questionable decisions in many of his fights, for one. Well, for probably the last six years or so, ever since he initially really started ducking Pacquiao, I've been kind of anti Mayweather. And like I said in the earlier stream with Harley Adam, I had live scored that Maidana fight 114-114, the first fight. So I had that a draw. One of the judges had it a draw. The other two judges gave it to Mayweather, so he had a majority decision. On paper, at least, that's the only close fight that he's had in I don't even know how long. Yeah, poor timing on his fights, but I'm saying that's his strategy. That is, yeah. Does it come across as him being a great sportsman? No, it doesn't. But he's trying to time those fights. He got De La Hoya after De La Hoya was past his prime. He got Canelo before Canelo has really reached his potential. He got Pacquiao after Pacquiao was past his prime. That's boxing. I hate to say it, but that's boxing. They do that. They duck people. That's just how they do. So I don't know. You guys, what do you guys in the stream think the next step will be for Mayweather? I'm sorry, not Mayweather. McGregor. What do you think is next for McGregor? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant McGregor. I don't think McGregor's going to retire. So they've got Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson for the interim 155-pound belt. I suspect that fight will go forward, and at some point, McGregor will come back and have a trilogy fight with Diaz. That's kind of what I think. It's got to be in the tax, man. It's a lot of zeros. 100 million. I don't think he owed him 100 million. I think he actually still owed him like 25 million or something like that. Dave thinks he'll go into boxing. He thinks McGregor will go into boxing. Well, there's an obvious matchup there with him and Paulie Malignaggi, and he's got a way better shot of winning that, I think, than he had against Floyd, and he did pretty well against Floyd, at least for the first half of the fight. Yeah, Hard Knocks is right. Conor will win in the UFC here before too long. He'll own quite a bit of the UFC. Yeah, I think they'll figure him in for an ownership stake. I think they'll do what it takes to get him fighting in MMA again. Supposedly, as part of the UFC signing off and on this fight, letting him do this fight without him taking legal action against them, he agreed to fight in the UFC again before the end of the year. Now, the next Madison Square Garden card, it was just announced earlier today, I think, or maybe yesterday, that Bisping is going to fight George St. Pierre. That fight's official for the middleweight belt. So it would be interesting if maybe they would put McGregor Diaz 3 on that same card. I don't know if they would do that, and it seems kind of sudden. Conor's, I'm guessing he's adjusted his training enough to where he might need a little bit more time off now to adjust to going back to MMA. But he didn't look like he did not look beat up at all. He just looked really, really winded. And he said afterward, "Hey, my head's totally clear. I feel fine. I ran out of gas there and was getting really tired." So he probably could get back in and fight in a couple of months, but it just depends on how much McGregor has altered his training. The other thing I want to tell you guys, if Hard Knocks, could you find the link to Jay Young's new channel? Just so you guys know, Jay Young just restarted a new channel tonight, and he needs to get to 100 subs because he wants to live stream. He put up 2 short video clips. If Hard Knocks could find a link to his channel, I want you guys to blast that out to everybody you know. I think Hard Knocks already put it out to the Facebook BWM group, but everybody should go subscribe to Jay Young. I think he wants to do a live stream. Hopefully we can get him 100 subs by tomorrow so we can live stream. What's up, Ken? Yep, Jay Young is back. Hard Knocks just linked his new channel. If you were subscribed to him before, you're going to have to go and resubscribe. And blast that out to everybody you know so we can get him up to 100. In case you guys didn't know, in order to live stream, you have to have 100 subs. At least a live stream from mobile, and I think that's how he likes to do it, from his phone. Hard Knocks is right. It's, yeah, what Hard Knocks said. You guys want to see something kind of cool? You guys will appreciate this. Baco. It's a Baco fixed blade knife. This is the same thing as a Mora knife, which is also Swedish. This is made by Mora for Baco. This knife used to be called the Mora Clipper, and it's like kind of a lightweight survival knife, utility knife kind of thing, Scandi ground. And this thing's a beauty, and you can get them on Amazon shipped for about $10. It's nice, serious knife. You make feather sticks with it, and outdoor. Who is it? Topolf would know all about that knife. So Baco, Snap-on owns Baco. Well, Baco has it contracted with Mora that Mora no longer makes the Mora Clipper knife. Now that knife is only released as a Baco, and the part number is 2444. BAHCO 2444. And remember, a sharp knife is a safe knife. It might sound counterintuitive, but think of how many times you've tried to use a dull knife. If they're dull, they have more of a chance of slipping, and you have to work too hard for the cut. So this knife is a sharp knife. What's up, Chuck? Who's Chuck? Oh, so there is like a prepper guy up here who has a YouTube channel. He actually, I think he calls himself Urban Prepper. He's pretty urban. Brian, and also keep dropping that in. Chuck. Gross, Chuck. Yeah, I'd drop that knife right in my eye. That'd get some views. Jay Young just restarted his channel. If Hard Knocks and Brian could just keep that thing going, that hyperlink. We need to get Jay Young to 100 subs ASAP so he can live stream from mobile. This is actually, Harley and I were going to do a post-fight reaction, but he has to work at like 10 a.m. tomorrow. And this is one of the reasons we changed that to a pre-fight prediction. I thought there would be more interesting stuff to talk about, and also it's like right now it's 1:30 Eastern, so I was trying to take it a little easy on him. Make him earn it. I see Dow changed his channel name already. I thought that was kind of funny. Brian, you accusing Oso of buying subs? How many subs does Oso have? Hopefully you got more than I do now. I don't think he's buying views, though. Those views are, if you put Harbor Freight in the title, or you're one of the first people to have whatever new thing Harbor Freight is releasing, those videos are popular, man. $190. Yep, you passed me up, Oso. Brian, when are you going to put up some more content? You put up that 15-second clip of your air compressor, Ryan. How about actually filming a video, man? Yeah, Dow he does seem kind of erratic with that sometimes. You just gotta sit back and chuckle. Whatever. I guess people are entitled to change their mind. Yeah, he deleted World of Mopar and made a new channel. He took about a 4-day break, made the new channel. Then he deleted that one and took about a couple-day break and then made a new channel. So now he's on his 4th channel. I have the distinction of being one of his earliest subscribers on every channel he's done, though. Yeah, that's the thing, though. So you got to get up more videos in order for those people to really subscribe. Because if they tune in and watch one of your videos and they see you've only got 4, they're probably not going to subscribe. Look at Keys calling his shot. Oh, hold on a second here. Here you go, Keys. That shot's for you, buddy. $150. So Chuck, if you're still in here, I'm going to give you some details. I was talking with you about scanners a couple months ago, and I told you what one I thought was a good one for around $200, and it was this. It was this Autel MD 802. Now this looks like that same scanner that Dow reviewed and gave to ended up giving to Minions. It's not the same scanner. That one was a DIY version, and you only got one model of car with it. You had to pay $10 for each additional car. This one has all systems. This is not the 4-system model. This is the all system model and all cars. So I was telling Chuck that this was the one to get, I thought, and it was $206. And I showed Chuck a link, and he sent me back a link a couple of minutes later for one for $159. And he said, "Isn't this the same scanner?" And I looked at it, and I couldn't tell a difference. So I said, "Yeah, it is. I guess you found a cheaper deal." Well, the $159 scanner was the 4-system scanner on Amazon, and this $206 on Amazon version is the all systems scanner. It'll do all this stuff, mode 6 and live data. What else? It'll do 50 plus modules, transfer case module, ATC, fuel pump control. I'm not going to read all of it. It does a bunch of modules. It'll do electronic brake control. It'll help you reset, I think, parking brakes. It'll do a bunch of stuff. So I was going to save up and pay $206. I was getting ready to do that, and Topwell found it for $150. If you guys want the link to find it, if you're interested, I'll give you the link. I'd have to go back and look, but it was $56 cheaper than Amazon. That included shipping, and I don't have to pay sales tax, which significance is when I order something off of Amazon, usually since I live in Washington, Amazon's headquartered here, they got some side thing going with Governor Chris Gregoire where they scam sales tax even if you order from out of state. So this thing, I haven't had the chance to use it yet, but I am going to put it through its paces. And it's actually surprisingly light. It's a little bit lighter than what it looks like. And you can update it. I think you get the first year free, but they may have switched that. It maybe have lifetime updates now. I'm not totally sure, but you can update it online. So it doesn't do a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of bi-directional control on it. But I kind of ran it by Keith the other day. We were talking about it. He said that he thought it was, for the price at least, it seemed legit. So if Keith is willing to say that, especially about a Nautel, then I think it was money well spent for me. So it was $150 shipped, turnkey. So I think I got a pretty good deal on that. And if you're just getting in here, Jay Young has started a new channel. The guys are scrolling the link to it. We're trying to get him to 100 subs so that he can live stream on mobile. That's the threshold you have to meet to live stream on mobile, is 100 subs. So Scott, hold on a second. I'll see if I can find. You go there if you want to buy the 4-system version. It's $130. You have to go down and select the optional, the upgrade to the all systems version. And if Keith's in here and if he cares to explain the difference, he could a lot easier than I do. But the bottom line is, for an extra $20, you want to upgrade to the nicer one. Like I was talking about with Keith, I can't justify buying one of these scanners that's like $800 and has good bi-directional control, because it's above my ability level. I need to learn how to use my very capable cheaper scanner first. I'll put the link in the description of where I got it. Yeah, Mayweather won in the 10th round, John. I want to thank John. I haven't been doing a whole lot. Rob sent me some stickers. John, I want a nice little ratchet from him. I'm going to do a video on it, but I haven't wanted to give... I haven't wanted to do that kind of for strategic reasons right now, but eventually I will make a video about that. Top Wolf sent me something. Rob. Who else? I think Thomas EXO VCDS is sending me something. Tool Boss sent me a pin and a couple of stickers. Some of you guys know Tool Boss. That's who it was, John. It was Mayweather in the 10th. Connor, I feel like he won the first 4 rounds, but then Floyd started coming on. He was landing some body shots and doing really, really well as the fight went on. So they stopped it. Neither guy ever got dropped. But Connor was to the point where he was so tired he wasn't really protecting himself that well, and Floyd kind of got off a flurry there and was really dominating the 9th round, and then got off a pretty good flurry in the 10th round, so the ref stepped in and stopped it. How did you swing that, Keith? $50? Scott, in case you didn't catch it, that link was for you. I don't come there to buy stuff, so I'm not that guy. I got it online. It came from, it actually shipped from California, so. See you, Jesse. Thanks for coming by, man. Hard Knocks. Did Toolbox confirm that he was going to be there? A Chinese clone of the Delphi unit. I don't know what the Delphi unit is. Delphi scanner. A $50 clone of a Delphi scan tool. I'm just hoping Keith makes a video on that scan tool he just got. Yeah, I knew he was in Jersey. He's only like, I think, mileage-wise, time-wise, he should only be 45 minutes or an hour away. He's more the northern part. Nice, G-Bone. Got the new box. So it's funny. Delphi DS150. Delphi DS150. Oh. What comes up is Conpush MS509 on Amazon, and it looks exactly like my Autel MD20 208. I'll save that search for later, though, Keith. I'll look into that. Keith, what is that event again? I need to look up the dates because G-Bone is local. Oso's local. We could maybe talk Joel and Thomas EXO VCDS into coming down. We could maybe do something. I don't know. I've been thinking about it, trying to get something together. That's G-Bone. That's a 68-inch Epic. I ask you this question every time. I'm sorry, but I keep forgetting. ATE Expo. Oh, it's right up my alley. (16th through 18th). If you're going to that, though, Keith, how much extra time are you going to have? You know, you're used to 20-hour work days, so you probably will have extra time. Drive by and give you all the bird. That's about it. That's funny. Give us a little southeast salute. Older Epic. G-Bone, you need to do a video on that when you get it. Do a full tour. Are you going to just keep it just like it is, or are you going to get a hutch and some side lockers, or how are you going to deck that out? Stainless steel top. What are you doing? Give us the deets. All right, David. See you later, David. Later, minions. Hey, hit the like button. If anybody's just showing up, Jay Young has a new channel. We're trying to get him to 100 subscribers tomorrow so he can stream from live stream from mobile. They will Hard Knocks or Brian will roll in his link to his new channel. If you were subscribed to him before, this is a new channel, so you need to go subscribe to that one. There's a fly flying around in my room. It's annoying me. Nice, G-Bone. I think I got the, I'll make sure I got the bell clicked. Keith, is it just you coming out to that? No Ivan? No Mike the disgruntled mechanic? Hard Knocks was kind of bummed out. He heard Eric O wasn't coming to the Frank M Tech meetup, but I told Hard Knocks he wasn't missing much. Eric O would have just been trolling everybody the whole time anyway. we all know how he does. We've all seen the video series on that. We know what's going on. Yeah, I clicked the bell, G-Bone. I will now get updated when you post those. Oh, so bringing up the fire. How do you know? How do you know that's what happened? How do you know that, Oso? Just you, Keith. Well, we'll figure it out. What's up, Roy? Good to see you, buddy. I'm doing good. How are you? Roy, Jay Young has a new channel. Brian and Hard Knocks will roll in the link. You got to go subscribe to his new channel. I think he's up to about 24 or 25 subs now. We're trying to get him to 100 by tomorrow so that he can live stream from mobile. You have to have 100 subs in order to do that. So when they roll in that link to his new channel, go sub to his new channel. Oh, so you saying that? Erico's a good guy. He sent me my Astrolight. Well, that's what he said. Also, I didn't remember that. You're talking about Noah, right? Cohesive Garage. I must have missed that part of the video. I pretty much, he doesn't put out a lot of videos, so usually when he puts them out, I will watch the whole thing, but I didn't realize that. G-Bone, what's the name of your shop's channel? Welcome to the stream, David. You did not miss much. Roy came in. Roy Waymeyer came in. He said hi. I think he's still in here. Oh, so you were just really up to date on what's going on with him. I had no idea. Seattle Precision Machine Shop. Okay. Yeah, I like his videos too. That I kind of felt bad for his Snap-on guy. He kept going on there making videos and wasting the guy's time, it seemed like, and eventually the guy got burnt out and told him to knock it off because he'd never buy anything. Well, he did buy something a couple times, but most of the time he was just going on there to film. I've not seen Top Wolf at all today. Chucky Askew. You guys will just have to address that in the chat. I don't want to. I don't want to talk anymore about it on video. See, I like his Costco videos. I thought those were interesting. I haven't had a Costco membership in years. Tried having a Sam's Club membership a couple of years ago, but it just wasn't the same. They had some of those Costco boxes. I'll tell you what, those Costco toolboxes, those Kirkland Signature toolboxes, are actually really nice. I would say that there's a couple steps up from a Husky box. They're even probably a full step up from the quality of those Cobalt boxes. They donated a couple of those to one of the places I'm at every day, and they had a couple of those different models sitting there. I think they were 4 models or something. Yeah, I don't know what they were asking for those Kirkland boxes, but they seem to be of pretty decent quality. Yeah. Yeah, you tell them, David. Last time I told them that, they all switched to the dislike button. I've already been to Walla Walla. If anybody's just joining in, Jay Young has a new channel. They will roll in the link to his new channel. We're trying to get him to 100 subs by tomorrow so that he can live stream from mobile. He has to have 100 subs in order to do that. Also, tell Junkie what you were talking about. Junkie's freaking out, not knowing who's split up. I don't want to go into it verbally. Also, you have to tell him. You have to explain it to him. I don't want to get into it. Too much drama for me. That's funny, Knox, because I actually just ordered new front shocks for my Camry. I spent $102 for the pair. I predict they'll last about 6 months. G-Bone, you saying you want to have a meetup at your shop? Is that what you're telling me? I'm going to be down in Portland next week. So Junkie, I guess if Ozo won't tell you, maybe I'll text it to you later, but I just don't want to go into it here. It's not somebody I know. He's never been in any of the streams as far as I know, so I don't want to put all his personal information out there. And I can't even confirm this. This is Oso saying all this stuff. Well, hey, G-Bone, how about you do one March 16th through 18th of next year? We could figure it out. We'll have a good meetup. Brian, you're better off if you have no idea what we're talking about. Ignorance is bliss. I don't want to go there. Hey, G-Bone, I'll be there. If it's March 16th through 18th, maybe we can get Keith to come. Maybe we can get Thomas EXO, VCDS, and Joel, Snap-on Tool Review, and OSO 503. Who else? There's other ones. There's other ones in our area. Well, okay. I'm just not going to go there. It's also usually a hiring event. Maybe you can get OSO. Maybe OSO will want to relocate. Get a job at a nice machine shop. Come to town in the morning. I'm going to be down there Wednesday mid-morning, and I'm going to be down there for probably a few days. Can't come before then, though. Well, I could come Tuesday night, but I think that'd be a burnout. Also, if they're moving their machine shop to Auburn, you wouldn't have to move all the way up to Seattle. You could live in Tacoma. You're living out in Rockwood. You'd fit right in at Tacoma. Summer barbecue on the lake, man. G-Bone, you're making this sound really, really nice. Yeah, well, there you go. They live in South Sound anyway. North of Ridgefield. Does anybody else want to go live? Man, where's Top Wolf? Justin ATV was live earlier. That was a nice little change of pace. They have a channel, you guys. They have a channel called Everett Tweakers. There's actually, I think there's more than one channel now. There's a bunch of other channels that have kind of split off doing highlights, but it's just a live stream of some security cameras up in Everett, and they're aimed at homeless encampments. So these people, they had the other night, Hard Knocks texted me about it. There was like 2,000 people watching this live stream, and so the chat was just scrolling. They got like nicknames for all the homeless people and everything. It's like a living, breathing Days of Our Lives soap opera, homeless soap opera. And David, you can stream. You just can't stream for mobile unless you have 100 subs. If you have a laptop or a computer or whatever with a webcam, you can live stream with fewer than 100. Yeah, that Everett Tweaker stream, that's crazy. If I'm up there, there's a place up there I have to go that's like a half mile away from where that homeless encampment is. MD Lee, can ground contact floor joists lay on concrete? Are you saying they're pressure treated for, what are they pressure treated for? Are they pressure treated for ground contact or for concrete contact? Are they tan? Are they brown or are they green? Or should I raise them 1.5 inches? Well, the best answer is if you can raise them up 1.5 inches, do that, because you'd like to avoid ground contact if you can. But if they're green wood and they're rated for concrete contact, then yeah, you can lay them on concrete. Used to be down in the industrial district, G-Bone. Ground contact brown. So that's exterior. So you would be safe putting them on concrete as long as it's not constant moisture contact or something like that. It would be safe to put them on the ground. But if you can raise them up 1.5 inches, why not raise them up 1.5 inches? Thanks, Brian. Yeah, G-Bone, I know right where that's at. What's the clothing store down there that makes those pants, the Tinner pants? There's that Home Depot right down there. The Costco's right down there. Wrangler Star wears those pants. I forget the name of it. Anybody who just showed up, Jay Young's got a new channel. We need you to go subscribe. So, David, you mentioned that. Report it. Report it as abusive. Go through the process. That's how you get rid of those things. You just have to go through the process. Yeah, Granger's down there. Okay. Yeah, it is total validation when you get trolls. I'm so happy. It's classic. There's one good thing the French have done right there. The Opinel number 8. Yep. Straight out of Bayonne. Also, if that's the case, maybe it's you. Yeah, there's a lot of homeless people down there, G-Bone, especially over on Dearborn. I was telling Hard Knocks about that. There's like a couple big homeless encampments there. Junkie, you know that for a fact, or you just speculating? Yeah, they moved under I-5 because they just kept pushing them around, pushing them out of the way, pushing them out of the way. I mean, look, that's the fallacy of a socialist city like Seattle. They supposedly care so much, they give everybody handouts all the time, and that's what they do. They enable those people. You see all these guilty hipster people constantly giving people $5 and $10, and that's all they do. They go and they immediately spend it on meth, and they're out there tweaking out all the time. Couldn't make out what his accent was, but it wasn't educated. Lots of hard, heavy breathing, also hard to understand. Maybe it's me. Hard, heavy breathing makes you think. Yeah, I had also speculated that that was the case, but I don't think it is. Yeah, others screaming homeless bus tickets to Seattle. Is that an urban legend, or did that actually happen? That's why Portland and Seattle and LA and San Francisco, they all have huge homeless populations, is because they're so easygoing on them. People can give here, they can get government benefits, or they can just panhandle all day long and do meth, and people will constantly give them money. Roll down the window, give them not a dollar either, like $5, $10, $20. I'm down there on Dearborn all the time. I see it all day long. I see it. It's disgusting. They're not helping the people. That's the thing. They're not. It's not helping. When you give a homeless person money like that, you shouldn't ever give them money. You want to give them a sandwich or something to eat. That's one thing. But giving them money, you're just enabling. No, I am not an enabler. Yeah. They built a 13-story building in LA, and they probably trashed the building out, and they probably can't fit all of them in there. The thing is, you start building shelters for that, you just attract more of it. You're not ever fixing the problem. I'm talking about young people too. That's the thing. It's young people. It's people that are physically able to work. They just don't want to work. They don't want to have any responsibilities, and that's not all of them, but that's a large percentage of them. It's not like disabled vets or things like that. It's just young people who don't want to work, don't want to have any responsibility, just want to do drugs all day. What's up, Frank? Well, we were talking about the fight earlier. Um, Now we've kind of transitioned into talking about the homeless problem in Seattle and Portland. Hey, Jay Young has a new channel. Somebody will scroll it in the chat box. Go sub to his new channel. We're trying to get him to 100 subs by tomorrow so that he can live stream from mobile. Jay Young has returned though to YouTube. A lot of rioters here. Yeah, you got a bunch of paid protesters, a bunch of professional protesters. It's funny because if you watch Alex Jones, he was in Seattle all last week or most of last week, and he was just constantly getting accosted by people downtown, and he's running right up to him, and they're throwing hot coffee on him, and he's getting all kinds of videos, and he's pulling out the documents. He's got all the documents. He's trying to show people the documents. They don't believe the documents, and they're calling him racist, sexist, anti-gay, homophobe, bigot. You know, every white Anglo-Saxon Protestant hipster dirty name in the book. These people are unbelievable. You told me everybody knew Mayweather was going to win. I had to take, like I said, if I was I'm not a betting man, but if I was going to bet your money, I'd put it all on McGregor. Oh. Frank, everybody's looking forward to your meetup. I hope you guys do some live streaming. I hope somebody's got some decent mobile service so they can live stream. Because you know, if you rely on Frank's internet, that live stream ain't going to happen. That's the thing, though, Frank. I thought McGregor won the first 4 rounds. Round 4 was questionable, but definitely the first 3 and probably the first 4. But then Mayweather just started adding it up. He just out-staminated him. Also, what is that? Dignity Village 17? You got Wi-Fi at the shop. Yeah, sure you do. You got a hamster wheel in that shop powering that Wi-Fi. That's what you got, Frank. It's like your Wi-Fi in that shop is like AOL dial-up from about 1998. You don't even have the 56K. You're still on that 28.8. We're talking internet cafe speeds from 1998 with Frank Imtech shop. I don't know what you're paying for that Wi-Fi out there, Frank, but you are getting took. It's on Costco property. They're allowing Costco's enabling that. That's outrageous. I'd boycott Costco for like a day, and then I'd go back the next day and eat their hot dogs. Because there's nothing going to keep me from a Costco dog. If I live 500 feet from a Costco, also I'd be having Costco dogs every day. I know they're charging you too much. Even if they're only charging you $15 a month, that's too much, Frank. That's like one of the dinosaurs off of the Flintstones powering that modem. Man, that thing makes Comcast look good by comparison. Oh, $1.50 hot dog and a drink. Yeah. Costco dog. Yes. Wow, Roy. Out of nowhere, Roy. You didn't even set that up. You just launched right into it. My daughter's stupid boyfriend were in a wreck the other day, ran a stop sign, then more cops came and arrested. Contempt of court last year. Roy, you're just going to need to get yourself a cattle prod, one of those electric cattle prods. Just wait till he falls asleep and then just tie him up, just cattle prod him. That's what you got to do, Roy. He wasn't raised right. You're going to have to be his daddy. Oh, the Costco. Oh, it is good. It's not even that great, but when you think of what a good deal you're getting on it, it tastes like pretty good. lot of Costco pizza and hot dogs when I went to Hawaii because it was the only place to eat for $120 a person. Classic, classic Hard Knocks. I like Costco. When we were kids, that was like one of the things that we used to do for fun was going to Costco on a Saturday, because we could walk around and eat those samples. Sometimes you have a sample, walk around that aisle, come back, have another sample, another one. About the third time, they'd start giving you dirty looks, and then it was game on. It's like a running contest to see how many times you could go to the same sample booth before they'd kick you out. Times are tough in Oregon City. I'm talking the old Clackamas Costco. Oh, so you're too young to remember that one. I put him into a wall back in January for a hot dog. Telling you, Roy, electric cattle prod, my friend. That'll get his attention. Five times before they stop you. All right, Juan. We'll see you, buddy. Wow. I've never been to Hawaii. I need to go. Roy, if you don't have access to an electric cattle prod, just get a 4x4, and don't beat them with it like a club. Use it as like a spear. Take the end of a 4x4, and just jab him with it. Frank M. I don't know because I'm not getting a whole lot of interaction with them. I blocked all that stuff. The thing is, I know, they're very predictable to me. I've watched this stuff over and over. I've monitored it for about the last 4 or 5 months, and so far I've gotten 12 of their accounts terminated. Now they're trying to take credit for that, saying that they were protecting Justin from so and so, and they're the ones. No, who's got pop quiz? Who's got two thumbs and got 12 of their accounts terminated last week? This guy, right here, the ace of hearts, the ace man, the one and only. So it's just a group of trolls. It's a couple different groups, but I'm not ready to really totally talk about it yet. But they have a history of doing this to various people, and I know all about it. I've known about them for months. I've just been watching and waiting for the right time. And like I said, Thursday and Friday, a week and a half ago, I got 12 of their accounts terminated. So, yeah, you keep doing that, Frank. Report them, block them. But they were in here. They were in here the other night. They were in here earlier, but they're blocked. They can't comment in the chats from any of those accounts. So they'll make new ones, and eventually I'll get those accounts terminated, and then they'll make more new accounts, and I'll get those terminated. And then after a while, they'll have so many accounts terminated that YouTube will IP ban them. And then if they have any accounts monetized tied to their troll accounts, then those accounts will be terminated too with an IP ban, and then it'll cost them money. So that's the end game with that. If they do something that's against YouTube guidelines, you need to report them. So if they come through with threatening or homophobic slurs or any racist stuff or anything like that, just report that right away. Go through that process. If you need help, I can help you with that. If Hard Knocks can help you with that, that's what we're doing. But you have to take a long-term approach because they are persistent, and yeah, I can report them on other people's channels, but other people really, if they do it on your channel, you need to go through that process yourself. See you, David. Yeah, you gotta hit him. G-Bone's right. You gotta hit him in the pocketbook. And some of them don't have any monetized accounts. They just got 10 or 15 troll accounts. But the best thing you could do is report them and then preemptively block them. And you can do that. I have been very successful on that. They've been coming after me for the last couple of weeks now. And I've taken it as a challenge. In fact, that's why I'm doing live streams. That's why I did a live stream last night, why I did one earlier today. That irritates them. And the fact that they can't come in here and comment also irritates them. So I'm doing this to stick it to them. Yeah, I don't think they offended me. They just annoyed me. Yeah, that was one that they just started to come into my live stream earlier. I let the guy get 2 comments out and then blocked him. He hadn't even started to troll yet, but it's easy to spot him. It's seriously easy to spot him. Well, it might be the first one, Frank, but I don't think it's the second because we know who the second one is. Yeah, I've got him blocked, so they can't on either of those 2 accounts you guys just mentioned. They can't comment on my stuff anymore. But I've done it too well now. I won't go into detail, but I got him locked down. No, David, I'd report it and then I'd block them. That's the worst thing you could do to them. You got to understand the mentality of these people. They desperately want to get attention, and they desperately want to take part in the conversation. So if you deprive them of that ability, you're doing the worst possible thing to them. So that's how I handle it. What's up, Ken? You guys talked to Colden lately? I don't think he streamed this week. Maybe he did one day. Yeah, when you report them, you have to go through that process, and you have to find all those comments and do it that way. And then in the additional comment section, just give a description of what they did. If they're coming through with like homophobic slurs and stuff like that, that's like an easy way to get rid of them right there. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Gold did that. Yeah, the thing is, David, the more people report them and block them, the easier it's going to be to get rid of them. That's my thing. I mean, you don't want to do, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I'm just telling you my philosophy on it. When they come after people in my comment section and stuff like that, I think, it's fine if you want to make fun of me. I actually kind of think that's funny. But Ken, it was a great fight. And here's the thing, like I said earlier on, how many Mayweather fights have you seen in your life that were exciting fights? I haven't seen many. I've watched probably 25 or 30 Mayweather fights. I'm not saying I watched them live, but watched them after the fact or whatever. And aside from maybe the first Maidana fight, the Mosley fight, the Zab Judah fight, I don't think any of his other fights really ever qualified as exciting. And this one was an exciting fight. So it was great. And if I had spent, what's up, Frankie M? Frankie M. Jay Young has a new channel. They'll roll a link, and Ken for that matter too. Jay Young has a new channel. You guys need to subscribe to it. We're trying to get him 100 subs by tomorrow, so that he can live stream from mobile. This was an exciting fight, and if I had spent $100 on it, I wouldn't have felt like I wasted my money, and that's due to the unknown. It was definitely an exciting fight. Okay, David, we'll see, man. Yeah, I think it was probably a shot in the arm for boxing. That's the thing. I mean, with that Triple G Canelo fight coming up in a few weeks, De La Hoya is getting all salty because he thinks that this fight was disgrace to boxing or whatever, that which is just stupid. Connor showed that he belonged in there. It was a good fight. It wasn't lopsided at all. He acquitted himself very well. Very, very well. I don't think anybody else has a new channel. I know Dow changed the name of his channel again. I think today or yesterday, but his is still the same. If you were subscribed before, you're still subscribed to it. Good point, Ken. If it gets some people reinvigorated. The knock against Mayweather is he's just been incapable of being exciting in this fight. He was exciting. Lomachenko's out there. Anthony Joshua's out there. There's some exciting stuff happening in boxing. it has been dead. I think most of that's because of the Klitschko brothers' dominance for about the last 10 years. They're so boring, and all they do is hold the whole fight. It's just ridiculous. And really, for boxing to be exciting again, you got to have that heavyweight division be exciting. And I think Anthony Joshua's going to do that. There's what's the tall American kid? I forgot his name. He's pretty exciting though, even though I forgot his name. And then you got the other guy, the British guy, Tyson Fury. If he can get it together, he's fun to watch. Oh no, Frankie, I probably started saying multiple stuff. I'm getting tired here. I was telling you and Ken to subscribe to Jay Young. Ken doesn't have a new channel. It's Jay Young who has a new channel. Matrix Boxer. Let me look here. Deontay Wilder. That's the American heavyweight I was thinking of. Big tall guy. What is he? I think he's 6'6", 6'7". Anthony Joshua was about 6'5". Tyson Fury 6'8". You got a bunch of big tall boxers, and those all three of those guys are pretty exciting fighters. Yeah, it's good. Also, Harbor Freight Kingpin, but then they'll probably try to come after you for. Wouldn't that be funny if Harbor Freight sued somebody else for copyright or copyright infringement? That would be classic if Harbor Freight was the one doing the suing. Oh man, I'd love to be on Oso's hot dog Costco hot dog channel. Got Lomachenko. Who else you got? You got Josecito. You got Chocolatito. You got some guys, some of those lighter guys. Kovalev. Who was it? Just Andre Ward. There's some good fighters out there. I'm telling you, I'd like to see if Triple G gets past Canelo. I'd like to see Triple G versus Andre Ward. That'd be a good fight. If Canelo gets past Triple G, I'd like to see him versus Andre Ward. You got Broner out there, who now is about half a bum. I mean, if this was 3 or 4 years ago, Broner was supposed to be the next big thing. Problem is, he wants to go on tour with his rap group or whatever. They're not very good. And then he starts being terrible at boxing, too. Losing all these things. Yeah, Danny Garcia. I tell you what I like about Danny Garcia, whenever he fights, his dad runs off at the face. It's great. Most exciting thing in boxing is Danny Garcia's dad and all the smack he talks. Danny Garcia, man, that dude could fight. Who was it the other day? Just won the other night, the 140-pounder. You got a lot of good Russians coming up, tough Russians, too. This Klitschko stuff where they're just grabbing the whole fight. Frank, you even know, man. Danny Garcia's dad, that guy, his trash talk game is truly next level. He's more elite at trash talking than Danny Garcia is at boxing, and that's saying something. You're right, Roy. That did happen. That's what I'm saying. Is that would be kind of ironic or poetic justice or something if Harbor Freight was the one trying to sue people. What was he? I don't know if you guys know this, but a month or two ago, Heather Hardy, who's a boxing champ, she fought in Bellator, had her first pro fight in Bellator for MMA. And who's the gal who was just training with Chris Cyborg a few weeks ago? She won her most recent. Clarissa Shields. A lot of exciting boxing stuff going on. Here's the thing, Zuffa, UFC, supposedly they're going into boxing. Maybe they might start doing some boxing promoting. Never can tell. Never can tell. All right, I think I'm going to end it here, boys. One of you guys should go live. I'm done, though. I'm spent. I'm emotionally drained. Well, let's not go that far. I'm not emotionally drained. Thanks for coming out, keeping hope alive. MD Lee, aka the Troll Slayer. Here's my philosophy on trolls. But always remember this: win if you can, lose if you must, but no matter what, always cheat.